Hi, welcome to my podcast, Talking Travel with Wendy. I travel the globe interviewing really cool people in small hospitality and tourism businesses. Join me each week as I discover and share something or someone new with you. You can find more at www.travelwithwendy.net. And remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy. Hi guys, I'm back. It's been a whirlwind since my trip to Aruba. People are ready to travel. It's been the busiest travel booking season I've ever had. I've actually been to Philly to see my great friend Heather, Orange Beach in Florida to see Francis. I'm so not complaining. I'm just explaining why I've been MIA for a few weeks. I'm glad to be back and here to share my trip to this wonderful Caribbean island, Aruba. So you want to sing it, right? Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take it to Bermuda, Bahamas, come on pretty mama. You know how it goes. Even the Beach Boys knew how it goes. On my quest to becoming a Caribbean travel specialist, I'm thrilled to add another incredible island to the list. Aruba truly has everything going for it. Water, sun, sand, fun, and people. This Caribbean island has wonderful temperatures, incredible food, amazing beaches, and like I said, delightful people. Having visited St. Croix last year and my friend Candy, I knew when to visit Aruba, which she recommended should be in the February timeframe. Additionally, the weather stateside is not great during February or January. I grew up in northern New York and I love the snow, but in moderation. Aruba does not have snow in February. It has sun. Aruba is close to the equator, Venezuela, and South America, and they have a continuous warm breeze, sunny days, and is considered the most revisited island in the Caribbean. So when do you want to plan to go to Aruba? A word of caution, spring break around March timeframe starts to fill up rather quickly, the locals tell me. And tourism is the number one industry and considered high season from November to March. It does get warmer over the summer, but the highs are 90s. And that's actually a cool summer day here in Alabama. So getting to Aruba from the States is pretty simple, but it's not always easy. We had a great flight on American Airlines on the way down. However, on our return, it was really a nightmare. If you follow me on social media, Instagram or Facebook, you might have followed the immense drama surrounding that flight and that unforgettable night we had. I'm still a bit traumatized from it. If you travel a lot, at some point or another, you're going to have a flight story similar to mine, and it will blow other people away. It's just part of the travel world. It's imperfect, sometimes messy, but going with the flow and being flexible is your best course of action. Complaining helps sometimes too, but that's another podcast. Maybe a travel bloopers one. So here's a travel tip. There are direct flights to Aruba and can be found from Atlanta, New York, Charlotte, and Washington, D.C. Direct flights to Aruba from the States are just under 5 hours. Yay! If you have friends or family in these towns, you might find it worthwhile to add a visit before your flight or afterwards. They're considerably more economical to fly from these direct areas than to have a connection. Getting around the island was pretty easy too. Public transportation on the island is great. For about $5 per person, we enjoyed taking the bus as well. We were staying in Oranjestad in an Airbnb. I'll share more of that in an upcoming content piece with a blog, vlog, and podcast here on where to stay in Aruba, so be sure to be on the lookout for that too. We decided after a few days to rent a car to see the rest of the island. We didn't need an international driver's permit. However, because of the pandemic, car rental inventory was low. It took us several attempts before we found a rental company that had cars, and it was actually located at the airport. We probably would have rented this prior to our arrival and just picked it up when we arrived at the airport, but so it goes. And here's another travel tip. If you're renting a car prior to your arrival, you will save some money. We did pay a premium because we bought it on site during the week we were there. The rental car companies in Aruba do put a hold on your credit card for more than what your rental is for several days, but they'll remove it after you return the car. This is not my favorite practice, but some countries in Europe do this too. Our rental car was for 5 days for about $300. And after our hold on the credit card was released, it was about $60 a day with taxes and such. So other people, this is another tip, decide to rent a Jeep. This is one of the best ways to see the island is by renting one. A large part of the island can only be seen by a Jeep or a truck. The Aruba National Forest has many trails and caves that can only be accessible by a Jeep or something like this. I was bummed that we didn't get a chance to visit this park, but maybe next time. Be careful not to take your rental sedan or small car through this part of the park or region of Aruba, because there is a hefty charge on your car rental if you harm it in any way, like get stuck in the mud. So here's another travel tip. Money, money, money. Do you need Aruban Florin or dollars? And almost everywhere on the island, everyone takes American dollars. However, I would recommend you getting a few Florin for your visit. Menus, attractions, souvenir shops are all in US dollars, and we wanted to eat some local food, but they only accepted Florin. So maybe visit an ATM and grab $50 worth. And at the time, $1 equaled 60-cent Florin. Aruba is also known throughout the Caribbean for its amazing beaches and water sports. You'll be amazed at how many different beaches there are on this 70 square mile island. Yeah, I think I said that right. Do you like to scuba or snorkel? You can also take a boat and see a sunken warship. We did that. It was a lot of fun. If you like jet skiing, hydroplaning, supping, stand-up paddleboarding, surfing, kayaking, and the list goes on. Are you a beach baby? Will half your time be spent in the water? Aruba is your island. They also have incredible sunsets, so of course they have catamaran sunset cruises, which are perfect for proposals, anniversaries, etc. on the water. If you like serene, quiet beaches, maybe one close to the bar, or another beach that has rocky cliffs where you can jump off, and different wildlife, Aruba has all of these. So Aruba is also a cruise stop for many cruise ships. This might be a turnoff for some people thinking about doing a land tour instead of a cruise. And you might think, is this island going to be filled with cruisers? And I can emphatically say no. We stayed in Oranjestad, the cruise port town, and I never felt too crowded or overwhelmed. I did have moments of sadness for the cruisers, though, and we met a few of them because they only had a few hours or up to 1 day to explore the island, and I can say wholeheartedly that's not enough time to do that. However, if you want to book a cruise, I can help with that. Shoot me an email at wendy@travelwithwendy.net. Or if you want to fly there and visit, I can help with that now too because I'm an Aruba specialist. According to Reader's Digest and Tomas, our cab driver, Aruba is the most returned to island of the Caribbean. And if you visit once, you'll see why. They also have casinos everywhere in Aruba. One of the fun activities is visiting these casinos, and my John really likes to play craps, and he's pretty good at the game. He's a math major, and I am not. Almost every hotel on the island has a casino of some sort, and I wasn't allowed to take videos there, so I don't have any footage, but you can check that out as well if you like to play the slots or you like to play in the casino. So the slogan for Aruba is One Happy Island, and people are what attract me to a destination. Arubans are lovely, and this motto, I would say, absolutely fits. And all the locals that I asked about the slogan, One Happy Island, would say to me, well, why wouldn't you be happy here? We have light breezes, a constant temperature of 70s and 80s most of the year, smiles, people are happy to be here. Of course we're happy. So be on the lookout for my upcoming blog and vlog and podcast, also on where to eat in Aruba, because I'm also going to share some awesome eats. While we were visiting, also, we were lucky enough to catch the Carnival Festival. Locals told us the light show parade was shorter due to COVID this year, but we had the most amazing night. Carnival Time in Aruba is January to March, and on the weekends they have parades for the guests and tourists, but they've also held it throughout their history. We happened to be visiting in February, and we were really lucky. We met an Aruban dancer, Esther, who asked us to keep an eye out for her. And if you check out the blog or the vlog, you'll get to see her. I'm going to point her out. It was really amazing, the costumes and the color and the music. And I've been to carnivals all around the world. So I hope I've wet your whistle to take a look and maybe even book a fantastic trip to Aruba. It's definitely one happy island. I'd be happy to help you put an itinerary together and get you off to Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take you. Okay, see you later for now. Remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy.